Okay, it says I'm live. Welcome to the Staggering Nonsense Show. I don't know how long this is going to run, just however long I have nothing left to talk about, and then I'll just end it. That's basically how long it will go. Trying to find some new and interesting stuff to do for myself personally, just keep myself interested in the channel. Got the video games thing going on, of course, but that's sort of coming very, very slowly because it just takes a lot of time to render videos and shit like that and upload them. So anyway, I think this is the new format basically that a lot of my extra stuff on my channel is going to go to, at least for the beer reviews. I'm getting a little tired of just shooting beer reviews and editing them, even if I just do it in the fucking do it in the webcam. I don't have this compulsion anymore to essentially catalog every beer I've ever had, and make it a nice orderly list for people to see. So basically on this show, every once in a while, I'll probably have a couple beers that don't look overly remarkable to me that I might just throw in here for review, something new that shows up. I might even do one or two whiskeys as well, although I think I'll usually pretty much keep all my whiskey reviews actually under the booze reviews section on my channel. Yeah, anyway, so this is just a little extra thing for me to shoot the shit, throw back and let off some steam, just relax a little bit. I think the first thing I want to bring up just briefly is about one Mr. Greg Puckett, Greg's Beer Reviews. I'm sure you know who he is if you follow BeerTube, any beer tubers at all. He's one of the most famous ones. Got one of the biggest channels. More on that in a second. Anyway, acquaintance of mine, friend of mine, sort of pointed me towards some of his videos. Like, I haven't been subscribed to him in quite a while. I just don't care for his videos. I find them kind of boring and kind of put on in a way. That's just my personal opinion. It's my personal taste. You might like his stuff. That's fine. More power to you. But someone pointed out one of his unboxing videos under his Mr. Greg Puckett channel. Like, he's got like 3 different channels, or probably even more. Who knows? But he did an unboxing video, and lots of people send him beer, which is really cool. He's a very popular beer tuber, like I said, so it's expected that people send him beer. He gets beer mails all the time. And a lot of times from people who it might be their first beer mail they ever sent. So there's a lot of people, who don't necessarily know what they're doing the first time out that they send a beer mail. And he did one of the more, I think, just kind of a dick move, really. The sort of thing you see guys like Beer Sampling with Dave do as well once in a while, where he kind of passively aggressively berated the guy who sent the beer mail, because for the first half of the beer mail, actually for most of the beer mail, he was looking for bottle on dates. And that's, of course, a big sticking point with him. If you've ever seen any of his videos, he almost goes on about it every goddamn time. He's looking for a bottle on date or a best before date. It's just what he does. He'll take a bottle. Well, let's see here, guys. Let's see. I don't see any canned on date on this one, guys. No. Oh, come on, guys. You got to put a bottle on date on this thing here, guys. You got to do it, guys. Because you don't do it, guys, I don't know when it's fresh or if it's not fresh. And I just don't know, guys. And, I mean, he's got a point, but he fucking drives it into the ground. He just goes on and on about it all the time. And it's one of the things I sort of got annoyed about and just got tired of watching his stupid channel. But yeah, he's doing this to this guy's beer mail, beer after beer. He's just sort of passively aggressively ripping it apart and essentially kind of making the guy who sent him the beer mail look like a dick. Maybe not intentionally, but that's what it came off as. And then at the very end, he suddenly realizes, oh, wait, here it is. He sees the fucking bottle on date. On another one, he sees the alcohol by volume when he was looking for that. And he just sort of casually says he's sorry Although, you know, I doubt he was really sorry. Here's a guy who does no real prep work for his videos, as far as I can see. Not that I do a lot either, mind you, but he could have easily opened the beer mail, looked through it, seen if there was canned on dates or not, bottle on dates, and if you couldn't find them, you can go to fucking websites, do a little bit of research, see if you can find the shit. Or also maybe just check the box to see if there's a note there actually giving some information, because sometimes that's the case as well. Sometimes he'll dig into a box and you'll finally get a note with a bunch of information on it about the beer. Oh, look at there, guys. I guess I don't have to go to the website now, guys. It's like, dick move. So I made a comment under his video. I basically said, you know, it's kind of a dick move. Way to go. Basically tear apart this guy's beer mail for most of your video and then quickly apologize at the end when you learn you were the one being an ass. And I also called him a cunt. I called him a cunt, okay? Probably shouldn't have done it. I was drunk, but I'm not using it as an excuse. Honestly, when you're drunk, usually you say what's really on the top of your head. It just rolls right off your tongue, right into the keyboard, whatever. And yeah, I think he's a cunt. And of course, actually, Greg did something a little out of character for him. He actually replied with something a little bit more substantial than "cheers, guys," or "thanks," or, you know, I was almost expecting him to do that, honestly, because kind of a little running joke through some people in the BeerTube community is how sort of flippant and casually he is with his viewers. How you can leave a comment under his video where you want to get into some sort of discussion with him about the beer he's talking about, and almost always, 99.999% of the time, he just fucking leaves a cheers, thanks. You know, it's as if he didn't read the comment, which he probably didn't. So, hey, you know, I've always sort of tried to interact with people when their comments had, you know, questions or something substantial that needed to be discussed to some degree. I always tried to do that. Not 100% perfect. I don't think anyone is. Sure, he's got a lot more traffic than I ever had on my channel, perhaps. But yeah, it's still no real excuse, I don't think. I think it's still kind of bad form. But anyway, he left a comment on my channel, and he's since removed this comment. Now, this is something he does do. He's one of those guys who can't take criticism, so he's into censoring other people's comments if they get out of hand in his mind, you know, or make him look bad. And he'll also do it to himself if it makes him look bad. So he left a comment on my channel. I wish I had done a screenshot of it. I mean, if you want, you can ask the Albino Rhinos for a collaboration or collaborate. He could confirm. I'm a little I'm a little bad with using the words right now. I've had a couple drinks, but the Albino Rhino saw the comment, and he actually replied to the comment as well. I'll get to that real quick. But basically, he made a comment laughing at the size of my channel. Now, I've got roughly 2,600 subscribers I'm at, which is, you know, pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. I never thought I was going to get more than maybe 100. So after 7 years of doing this semi-seriously and getting that amount without doing any real self-promotion at all, I was pretty happy with it. I got a lot of really good subscribers, a lot of really good regulars who keep jumping in on the conversation and seem to enjoy some of the stuff I do. So that's really cool. And I enjoy seeing their comments and stuff like that, right? And that's all it's ever been for me. That's all I really ever cared about when I was doing this stuff. So basically, he berated the size of my channel and called me a cunt back, which is fair. I called him a cunt. He can call me a cunt. I am kind of a cunt. So thing is, he's got 15,000 subscribers right now, around there. Albino Rhino made a good point when he replied down in the thread that if you compare the ratio between the amount of subscribers he has to the amount of views on his videos, there's a disparity between him and me. I've got quite a few more views compared to my subscribers than he does. And he didn't like that. He didn't like to hear that fact, so he's quickly erased that thread that he left under my discussion page on my channel. And that's the funny thing. Like, there's just been this sort of rumor going around a long time now that he buys subs, that a lot of his subs are fake. I have heard people say so much that he has admitted in private that he has done this and that he sees no problem with it, that he has definitely bought into subscription services. And that's something you can do to bolster your channel size. I don't know why he thinks that's a good idea, because he can't be making all that much money off the channel, not with 15,000 subscribers and the amount of hits he gets. Definitely can't be. He doesn't get the traffic, just no way. He's probably making a little bit of money, because I mean, he does have enough where he can be getting at least a check a month, but nothing you can live off, or it might buy him a little bit of beer here and there when he's not getting 13 fucking beer mails that he trashes in the mail. So, you know, I just found it kind of funny that he sort of immediately shut up and erased his comments when that was brought up. It's kind of telling to me. Anyway, I don't like his stuff. I don't particularly like him all that much. I think he's a bit of a fake. I think he's a bit of a phony. And yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for this little bit of BeerTube drama, but I don't really consider myself in BeerTube anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore about reputations or making friends or anything like that anymore. So I'm just going to outright say it. Fuck you, Greg. There you have it, buddy. All I can say is watch the Wise Men's Committee. They have it right about Greg. He just has no sense of humor about himself. Here's a guy who was scared that at one point the Wise Men's Committee was going to ruin his channel because he acted weird about it and he started getting a couple downvotes in some of his videos. He was scared his videos were going to get taken down stuff. This is a guy who has no concept of how YouTube works, and he had at that point been on YouTube for years. So no sympathy from you, my friend. No sympathy at all. Okay, we're going to go into our first beer review here, I think. And we'll just use this standard glass because this is a big can. Bigger than usual can. 500 milliliter can. This is Steamworks Pale Ale. 5.2% alcohol by volume. And where are they from? Where are they from? Vancouver, BC. So Steamworks Brewing Company, 375 Water Street, Vancouver, BC. And yeah, I think there's a Steamworks in Colorado. I think there's an American Steamworks as well. Different brewery, of course, but same name. It says the malts are pale, caramel, light crystal. Will rock me, Amadeus. The hops are Cascade and Chinook. Color is apparently copper, and it's got 35 IBUs, so it's got a little bit of might have a little bit of a hop kick. Kind of like that sort of almost Monty Python-ish kind of design work going there. Terry Gilliam, Monty Python stuff that he used to do. Very, very cool. I'm not expecting a lot from this. Like I said, when I do one of these shows, and I'm going to try to do at least one a week. Maybe. We'll see. Damn. I got no fingernails. And I've got like no friction on my fingertips anymore. They've been sort of worked smooth over the years. Calluses and stuff. I don't know if that makes sense, but what is coming off of my hands from this thing? Oh. Well, I don't see any can date on there, guys. No, I don't see any date on the can. Greg would not approve. By the way, if anyone's leaving comments, I'll read them later and respond to them either by text or I'll respond to them in the next show. just want to do this show and see how it works out first. Maybe I'll start doing live comments at some point if I get an audience, but I doubt I'll get an audience, so it don't matter. Point is, I will get to your comments in some way or another. All right, pale ale from Steamworks. It says steam powered. So is this a steam powered since 1995? So maybe I should have did a little bit more research on this, but I'm assuming maybe they got that sort of Anchor steam process for their beer. I don't know if they do or not. I'm kind of thinking Anchor would sue the fuck out of these guys if they tried to do that, but who knows? So yeah, she is a pretty clear copper, a little bit of haze in there, but it looks things. Might just be chill haze. Nice little finger head on there. All right, cheers, guys. We'll go right to the aroma. Yeah, so this is very this is kind of more of a standard North American version pale ale, and I'm not talking like an American pale ale like Sierra Nevada or anything like that, where it's like really hoppy. This is definitely get a little bit of hop character, but this is much more a pale ale in like the British sense, except it's using different hop and a little bit different hop in the actual bill for the hop bill, and so of course you're getting more of a North American hop kind of thing going on instead of like your Fuggles and Kent Golding and Williamette and shit like that. Earthy, minerally hops. Here you're getting more of a almost sweet, grassy, leafy green kind of hop smell. This sort of gently floats over the a lot of the just sort of the malt really coming up. In fact, I think I'm getting more malt than hops at all. This smells like a better version of sort of like Schliemann cream ale and what else? Just to give you a general idea, it's probably a little bit above say like the cream ales and the stock ales and the export ales in as far as complexity and a little bit more oomph. So, all right, we'll go right to the taste. Cheers, guys. Very bready. Big bready malt character, a little bit of caramel taste there as well. Get a little bit earthiness coming out in the back now in the actual drink. But there's a sweet, grassy, leafy green kind of taste as well, which I assume is coming from the hops. I'm not familiar off the top of my head what Chinook is supposed to taste like, but you definitely get a little bit of the Cascade in there. Yeah, that tastes good. It's unexceptional, but it's pretty damn decent. It's the kind of thing you drink at a pub food kind of pale ale. Non-intrusive, but has enough little bit of flavor in there to mix with whatever you're eating, seafood or whatever else. So, yeah, the Steamworks Pale Ale out of Vancouver, BC. It's not that bad. I'm going to throw it a 3.25 out of 5, I think, as far as I'll go with it. And cheers, guys. So we'll get on to the next little thing I was going to talk about. And luckily, I have a nice little list here. There we go. All right. Next thing I was going to show off was the whiskey I bought in the store today. This is one I've just been sort of eyeballing for a while now because it's very cheap. It was like, I don't even think it was $30. One of the cheapest blended scotches I've seen in the store in a while. Robert Burns blended scotch from the Isle of Arran. And of course, it's named after Robert Burns, who was the national poet of Scotland. Yeah. Lay the proud usurpers low. I will not wind a lang conclusion with complimentary infusion, but whilst your wishes and endeavors are blessed with fortune, smiles, and favors, I am, dear sir, with zeal most fervent, your much indebted humble servant. A dedication. And yeah, the Robert Burns blend is blah, blah, blah. I don't need to know any of that shit. 40% oak. So it's just a blend, but it's one I've been eyeballing for a while. I don't expect it to be too amazing or anything, but you never know. These things can be surprising once in a while. It's got a lovely packaging, I must say. That's what caught my eye on it. And also the fact that a lot of the recent whiskeys that have been showing up in the NSLC have been well over $100. As cool as it is to see, it's really shit I can't afford all the time. So I thought I'd just try it out. Not going to try it on the show. Like I said, I'll probably still do separate reviews for these. But man, I like that. That's a sexy looking little bottle. I might even get into some of that tonight just to try it out. But it's from the Isle of Arran, so I'm not sure if I've ever had a whiskey from the Isle of Arran before, so I'm not quite sure what to expect as far as flavor and aroma profile. I probably have had something from Arran and just didn't know it, but yeah, we'll see. Wow, I actually have viewers. Weird. All right. So what else was I going to talk about here? Oh, yeah, I was just going to talk about podcasting. If you're not familiar, that's sort of my main focus now is my horror movie podcast I do with Daniel Harper and Paul, PA Brew News. Going to be recording an episode tonight, hopefully. It's going to be Blue Ruin and Nightcrawler, which are both on Netflix right now. And spoilers, go check them out. They're great movies. But going to be doing that. I still got 2 parts in our favorite villains series to upload. I don't know when they're going to get uploaded. I think one of them might be uploaded tomorrow. I got to finish recording with Paul on part 3 before that one goes up. And yeah, we're moving forward from there. At some point, we're going to be doing some John Waters films like Meet the Feebles and stuff like that. We're going to be try to get some Mel Brooks stuff done. So we can also bring in our friend Stumpy Joe Jr., Ryan Rashawn, and also Daniel's wife, Shayna. Get them in for like a big sexy foursome between us where we can talk about some Mel Brooks. If thinking about Mel Brooks doesn't get you turned on, then I don't know what will, right? And Paul and I are going through the final stages of compiling our list for our summer slasher series we're going to be doing in August. Might bleed into September, who the fuck knows? But we were sort of spitballing movie titles. I just have to basically pin down the list a little bit, send it back to Paul, see what he thinks about it, and hopefully we'll agree on a final list here within the next week. And yeah, should be fun. Slasher movies, baby. I know our comedy series kind of dragged on a little bit, and some people are kind of getting annoyed by it, but hey, fuck you. It's our podcast. Do whatever we want. Yeah, so that's what's coming up in the podcast in the next little while. And there's a couple other little things that we're sort of gearing up for. I'm hoping to do like a spaghetti western series in sometime this fall, hopefully start it in September. But that one takes a lot of research, something I want to actually take like super serious on the podcast. As much as we'd like just having fun and making jokes and stuff about the movies. spaghetti westerns are something I really, really like, that I really want to, you know, be prepared for and actually go into in some depth. So that should be fun. So yeah, I think we'll end it off here with one more review, and then I'll just shut this down, and we'll see how this turns out, see what kind of comments I got, if I got any, see what kind of views this gets over the week. And not that it matters. I'll still probably keep doing these shows as well. Just a little something to tide people over, because, you know, I don't really do as many single beer reviews anymore. And the video game stuff is also a little few and far between once in a while, because once I get, you know, a few days where I'm working in a row, I have no time to sit down and play a video game, especially don't have the time to fucking edit the videos and upload them, because they're all monstrous fucking things. So, Double Trouble Brewing, Hops and Robbers, Extra Delicious IPA, 5.7% alcohol by volume, from Woodlawn Road West, Guelph, Ontario, Canada. There you go. And you got robbers there stealing hops and their cotton hop vines. And yeah. See what it says here. Cheers, Claude and Nathan, who are apparently probably the brewmasters of Double Trouble. You're holding Canada's most sessionable IPA. Really? 5.7%? Okay. Hops and Robbers is don't need to know your damn tasting notes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, but I don't need them. Oh, we have a canned on day here, guys. Or maybe this is a best before date. I think it's best before. It's kind of smudged. Oh, Greg would not approve of that. It's good that you got a canned on date there, guys, but you can't let it smudge like this, guys, because I can't see what it says, guys. Again, fuck you, Greg. Whoa. Woo. Little active. I'm assuming best before, but that seems weird. This must have been canned a while ago if it's best before December 18th, 2015. Oh, there we go. Nice big hit on it. Pretty much the same color as the Steamworks was. Basically copper, a little bit darker. Seems a little less filtered. Yeah, there's definitely some unfiltered goodness going on in there. Go right to aroma. Cheers. Getting a lot of caramelly malt character. That's about it. I'm not really picking up any hops at all. It's weird. Maybe a slight lemony character, but it's mostly just it's mostly just caramel malt. All right, cheers. We'll go right to the taste. Smooth, lower medium body to it. I'm getting a lemony citrus character in the back. A little bit of that puckering thing going on just in the back of the throat, though. Lemon juice, kind of the taste. Around the sides and the back. Up front, very slightly sweet caramel malt. A lot of soda watery kind of taste as well to it. That's not that great. Let's see what they actually say on the can, what I'm supposed to be getting here. Golden IPA of exceptionally rich and complex character? No. Oh, fruity aromas of lemon. Well, I did get a little bit of lemon. They say pineapple. I'm not getting... Well, maybe pineapple in the finish, like after you've eaten pineapple and you got that sort of little bit of dry, bittery, sour taste in the back of your throat. I guess you could say that. Getting the caramel, getting the toastiness, but not that good. There's hardly, you can hardly taste any complexity at all in it. And this is fairly warm too. It's, you know, it's room temperature, so I'm not killing any of the flavor or anything with chilled molecules in the drink. There's nothing to it. There's a couple notes there, but it's not even what they describe isn't particularly complex, and it's not even approaching really what they describe on the can. That's kind of disappointing. Yeah, it's just kind of, it mostly just kind of, that sort of toastiness does come up, but it sort of just washes over with the sort of sour bitterness at the end from the hops, and no real flavor or aroma thing going on. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. I'll give it this. It doesn't taste like many other IPAs I've ever tasted, but it's not always a good thing. Just the bitterness is creeping up in the tongue, but there's really no flavor to balance with it or anything. So, yeah. Hops and Robbers Extra Delicious IPA should be rebranded. Apparently they stole all the hops out of this thing and the flavor as well. It's drinkable. Like, it's not a terrible beer or anything like that, but man, it really doesn't do anything for me. I'm going to go 2.5 out of 5. Hops and Robbers is, and I believe I've heard good things about this one too before, but this is just disappointing. I don't know if I got a bad can or not. I kind of doubt it. Usually, if it's gone bad, you could taste like real bad flavors in it, but it just tastes like a stale, kind of flavorless IPA where it's mostly you're just getting a little bit of the bitterness left over, and that's fuck that shit. Don't really want it. All right, guys. Yeah, that's it. So I guess that'll be it for this show. Like I said, I'm going to try to do one of these every week. Just pick some shit to talk about if I have shit to talk about. Some of them might only be like about 5 fucking minutes. Who knows? But I hope you enjoyed it while it was going. And hopefully if you did leave questions, I will get to them and answer them and stuff later on. So cheers, guys. Have a good one. See you later. Bye-bye.